Today, I have a short core workout for you using the challenge of a foam roller. So, you'll need a foam roller. If you find that lying with your spine down the foam roller is uncomfortable for your back, you can always have a blanket on top. So, I will set that up. And the nice thing about a blanket is you can roll up the end to support your head and your neck as well. But make sure if you're not using a blanket, but you do like to lift the head a little bit for neck comfort, that you have a little pillow or something. To set up for this exercise, you'll bring the foam roller in the center of your mat, and you're going to take your blanket and fold it a couple times and drape the blanket over the foam roller. The end that your head is going to be at, you can fold the blanket under for a little bit of lift and add an extra pillow if you like. So you just want to make sure that your foam roller will rock a little bit and that the blanket is not blocking that. And then you're going to lie down with your head at this end and your tailbone at that as gracefully as you can with a foam roller. Oh, hey there. Dot the cat and I are just dropping by to let you know that my free shoulder stability starter series for hypermobile humans is available at a link below in the description. This is a 5-day video mini-series with exercises for you to strengthen and stabilize your hypermobile shoulders. Dot and I hope to see you there. I suggest sitting as close to the end, especially if you are tall, as you can, and then using your hands to help guide your spine down onto the foam roller. If this position is too much for your hands, for your shoulders, it's pulling too much on your shoulders, you could have something to lift your elbows up. That is fine. For example, I have these two little weights. You could use blocks or books and put them underneath your elbows. You could have your hands here, or you could just let your arms rest on the floor. Take a moment to just let your body drape over the foam roller. The first thing I like to do is actually separate my feet, keep my fingertips on the floor, and rock from side to side across the foam roller. So imagine you're giving your spine a little bit of a massage, going from side to side. And that might be a little bit of core work right there. And you're going to come on back to center and pause. Let's focus on activating our core using the breath and keeping the legs still to start. As you exhale, remember the pelvic floor lifts up, diaphragm lifts up, everything draws in. Then I want you to bring your pubic bone towards your belly button for a pelvic tilt backwards. That's your exhale. Then you're going to inhale, let that go, and create a little bit of space at your lower back. And then exhale, reverse. So you're going to inhale, let the hips lift forward a little bit. Exhale. Try that a couple more times. And one tip is to start your exhale just before you move. Your exhale starts to engage those core muscles, and you're kind of preparing for the movement, just helping your body get into that habit of engaging the muscles and then moving. So inhale, arch the back, create a little bit of space. Exhale, come on down. You might find that since your body is on the foam roller, that you have a little more range of motion in your pelvis today. And then you're going to come on back to center. You could shift around, just make sure you're comfortable. From here, you're going to bring your feet to parallel. And then I'd like you to lift your hands off the floor and just see how well you can balance here. Walk your legs as close together as you can, keeping the hands floating, and then walk the feet apart, maybe about hip distance apart. And again, we'll walk together and you could rest your hands here. You're just walking the feet together and then you're opening them up. One more like that, inching the feet together, and they might not come all the way together. They might still be what feels like fairly far apart. That's fine. We're just finding what range we have today in the moment. All right, bring your feet back to that hip distance or hip bone distance apart. and hands can go to the floor. So we are going to use our hands here. Fingertips are going to be lightly on the floor. You're trying to stay as light in your arms as possible. And we're going to do just some marching. Find a position, and it might take a few lifts, where you can start by lifting your right heel off the mat and then the right leg up just to a tabletop position, or you can allow the shin to drop down. And then you're going to lower that towards the floor. Let's alternate sides. We'll go up into tabletop and back down. So super light on the fingertips. You might feel some work in the shoulders, right? They are working to help with the balance here too. Just a gentle march from side to side. Notice if your upper back wants to arch as well. You're going to let the spine and the foam roller be cozy together. And it's not that the foam roller is not going to roll a little bit from side to side. We're just trying to keep it as still as we can. All right, one more set. And then pause. You could move your arms, move around, take a break. All right, bring the fingertips back to the floor. For the next exercise, we'll bring the right leg up to a tabletop position and then drop the shin down. And then from here, bring the knee out to the side a little bit and then back to center. 3 more like that. Knee goes out to the side. You're super light in your fingertips. Maybe you're not even touching the floor. Ooh, I definitely need to touch the floor. And after 3 here, you're going to bring that foot down, and it's not going to be a huge range. That's fine. What you're focusing on, we'll go to the other side, is again, making sure you don't tip off and you're staying in a range of motion where you feel pretty centered and letting your other limbs respond to the changes from the foam roller, the tipping and all those deep core muscles in your shoulders and in your torso. Your deep abdominal muscles are going to be working. Take a rest after you've done 3 or 4 on each side. Again, moving the arms, taking a few breaths. All right, bring the hands back to the floor. This time we're going to bring the right leg again up to tabletop and pause here. And then we're going to bring the left arm up towards the ceiling. And we're going to bring that left hand and tap the floor. And then reach those left fingertips up towards the ceiling. So now we're trying to stabilize through the center of the body as our arm moves. And your arm might not go all the way down to the floor. That's fine. 2. Good. After 3 or 4 there, let's try the other side. Bring the left leg up to tabletop. Once you feel comfortable there, as light in your fingertips as you can, bring that right arm up and back down. And you might notice from side to side that it feels different. One side feels harder than the other. And if you have, I'll just say, if you have an older foam roller like mine, it's a little bit squished, not quite as round, a little bit oblong. So one side feels harder than the other for that reason, as well as one side just being tighter or more active than the other side. Okay, if you're feeling comfortable with that, let's add on. We'll go back to that right leg. It can be tabletop, or you can relax the shin down. You're going to bring the left arm up. Right fingertips are light. Left foot is light on the floor. You're going to move the left arm out to the side just a bit and bring it back. 3 more out to the side. 2 and 1. And then down to the floor. Other leg. A little more challenging is having that tabletop leg. Opposite arm goes up, and then we're going out to the side any amount, and then come back. And you'll feel with the foam roller, once you get to your end range, Last 2 and 1. Just 3 or 4 reps and relax. Good. Again, move everything around. Just your pillow if you need. And take a nice deep breath. Okay. Let's add on a little bit here. We're going to go back to that right leg. And this time we're going to extend the leg up towards the ceiling. And choose a position for your ankle. So you're going to flex your ankle or point your ankle, whatever feels available in the moment. And then your left arm is going to go up. And we're going to do both at one time, going opposite directions, and then come back. Going opposite directions, and then so out to the sides. As light in your feet and your fingers, your foot and your fingers as you can. And maybe 3, 4, or 5 reps. And relax down. Other side. Leg goes up. Flex, extend. Choose a position for your ankle. And then leg and arm go out to the sides in opposite direction. 3, 2, and 1. And then lower that down. Okay. And we're going to finish with some spinal articulation. And nice work with the core. So hands are going to go again on the floor. Feet are parallel. And you're going to start from your tailbone. So the nice thing about the foam roller is that for most of us, we can really feel the foam roller along our spine. So feel the tailbone lift. So you'll move through that pelvic tilt. And then the lower back lifts. And then you're lifting up just to between the shoulder blades, right? Head and throat are going to stay open. And you're going to try and lay the spine down as carefully as you can from the upper back, lower back, and then rocking back to a neutral or comfortable spine onto your tailbone. One more like that. Little tuck, rock up. And then carefully laying each vertebra down, the chains of a bicycle, and coming back. Good. And again, we can do a little rock from side to side. And pause. And you are done for today. I hope you could feel some core work and maybe some core shoulder, some shoulder complex work for this. Once you've rolled as gracefully as you can off your foam roller and your blanket, then you are done for today. And I'd love to hear in the comments how this went for you. Could you find that deeper abdominal muscle work? We're trying to get those really close to the spine muscles activated. Notice what sensations you feel as you're going through the exercise. Drop a comment below. I'd really love to hear how this went for you. I'll see you in the next video.